What's up, everybody? Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be taking a look at the Shinkenger series Megazord, or whatever it's called, Shinken-Oh. Now, this was released a couple years ago, and then it was brought out to us in Power Rangers Samurai by Bandai America. Now, I don't know too much about the Shinkenger series, or about Power Rangers Samurai in general. I know the Zords, I know what they're called, I know what they turn into, the basics, you know. But this was just something I saw in Toys R Us, and I've been meaning to pick up for a while because it was so much better than the Bandai America version. So much better that it was a necessity for me to pick up. This went for about $80 in Toys R Us. Why it came to Toys R Us, I have no idea. I have no idea if we're going to be getting the Bandai of Japan versions of the other, you know, Zords or mechs, whatever they're called. But this is the Shinken-Oh, otherwise known as, in America, the Samurai Megazord. And we have an awesome looking packaging here. You can see the Zords, a bunch of writing I can't read. Flip over to this side. We can see again the shield it comes with, how you can put it in the hand, attach it to the side of the arm and the back, the sword, the helmet. Come over to this side and we can see how it turns into the talismans or the origami, that it folds into the Zords. Then you can combine them, as well as coming along back here and seeing that that disc comes off the shield, and there's other ones you can get when you purchase, I guess, swords and such. They come with different discs because that gives them weapons or something. But again, just showing how they go from the origami to the Zords, and then how each one just combines with nice little artwork there. Very large packaging. I'm going to bring in my custom-made Transformers Prime Voyager Skyquake, and that's just a reuse of the Dreadwing mold, which is what Hasbro did anyways. But yeah, that's a Voyager-sized figure compared to this box now, so it's pretty massive. But now let's open up Shinken-Oh and see what it's all about. And now we have all the origami in the Zord modes, which I wanted to cover over first. Now, this is just beautiful looking. Absolutely 100% accurate to Shinkenger or Power Rangers Samurai, because regardless of what series you're watching, it's basically the same exact Zords, the same uniforms, or whatever. There's very minimal differences between both series. But as far as the Zords here, they're identical in both series in the show. Now, as toy-wise, the Bandai of America version was just terrible. They couldn't turn into the origami. The Dragon Zord didn't even properly turn to this. It was basically just like that, but more closed off. I mean, it was absolutely terrible from what I saw, and I've seen plenty of reviews of it. I mean, it was bad. The dragon, the sword even stuck out in the back as a tail, which was ridiculous. Other things like the ape's face wasn't as detailed, and you didn't have the shiny bits here, all the silver paint. I mean, this is just phenomenal. If you were into Power Rangers Samurai or the Shinkenger, this is the set you want to pick up. Now, taking a look at each Zord, we have the bear here, which is very nice, very nicely detailed. The mouth can open here a fair amount and close, so there's that. Come over here on the monkey, or ape, I'm pretty sure it was the monkey though. Complete rotation here. These can move, I guess you want to count that as articulation, but that's just about it for the monkey. We have the turtle, not much here. I mean, I guess you get and you don't even get that, that's due to transformation. But these can fold in, but that's due to transformation again. So there's not really much posability out of the turtle here. Come over here on the dragon. You can see little teeny tiny feet under here. And there's 4 of them. This can move here. This can move here. Another joint here. Another joint here. That can swing up and down there. The neck can go completely forwards and back. The head can go up and down. And the mouth can completely open and close. And this one right here is by far my favorite out of all the Zords here. I'm personally a big fan of dragons, and this thing just looks awesome. Such nice shiny paint job done to it. The other sides aren't painted with the symbols and such, but still looks very, very nice. But I would suggest shelving it like this if you're going to, because that's the more detailed side. It's the same over here with the bear. You come over to this side and it's not as detailed, but it still looks nice. Over here on the lion, which really doesn't look too much like a lion. It's pretty weird, I'm not gonna lie. But you can open the mouth there, very minimal. And that's about it. I mean, these here can open up due to transformation. I guess these could curl in. I mean, but it's really, the whole purpose I really picked this up was because of how accurate it truly was. Now, to go into origami mode, I'll start off with yellow here, which is nice and easy. You can take this, put the arms back against the sides here, flip this up, tab that in, take these two halves, put them together, flip that over, and now we have yellow done. Come over to pink here, you can fold these in, and it doesn't matter which one you do first. This one has to overlap that. So you do that, open this up, tuck the head in, close that, tab it in nicely, and now you have pink done. Come over to green here. You want to flip these legs up. Come over here, do the same thing. Take the head, put that under there. You want to untab this, because when you do that, now this can slide down, and now these can fit in those little pieces there. And they will just hold it so now it doesn't slide. Push that down. And now we have green done. Now you want to come over to blue here, my favorite again. And you want to bring this completely down. Tab that in. Bring this over the helmet. Tab that. Fold that in. Just like so. Tab that in. And now you can see there's a little square coming out of the bottom of it. So you want to flip that around. And now that's going to be the basis of how it's going to stand. And now we come over to the red lion here. Put the head in. You can bring these up. They will tab in like so. Flip the feet in. These are the back feet of the lion. Come over here and you can tab these down on each end. And, oh, come over here and turn these so the screw holes are facing you. Now, I personally don't like that. You could turn them the other way, but now these are going to be angling inward and you're forcing plastic, which is never good. So it's, I don't know, it's really, I suppose, user preference. That is the directions on how to do it. And here we have them in the origami form, which is really cool. This is the whole reason that probably sold me on picking up this set, because of them being actually to do this. Usually you just get the animal or vehicle forms, and you get the Megazord, and that's it. Bandai Japan went completely out of their way and made us Zords that can turn into the folded origami and into a Megazord. And these things are just very awesome. Now, for me personally, these are, I mean, they're shiny painted, but not like the blue one here. The blue is just such a nice metallic paint, which is what we're normally used to with, you know, product from Japan like Takara and such, which is very nice. You got over here on red. His is pretty shiny too, not as much as blue, but still very nice. Come over here on green. A little less shiny than the last two I just showed you. Still pretty nice. And then we've got pink and yellow, which are probably the dullest of the whole set. But not to say that they're bad, because they're really not. I love how these things look. Now, the way it goes in Shinkenger was, as far as my understanding, I might be wrong. If I figure out during editing that I'm wrong, I'll put it in an annotation or something, whatever. But it's supposed to be fire, wood, earth, heaven or sky, I think something like that, and then water, I believe. That's supposed to be what they're all symbolizing. If there is a symbolization in Power Rangers Samurai, I do not know it. I apologize. Like I said, I don't really watch the series. I just looked up some information that I could. What I'm really all about is bringing you, you know, a good Megazord that I think is well worth picking up, or a combiner, because that's really why I picked it up. I'm a big fan of combiners. Now, real quick, I just want to show you guys again. I'll bring in Dreadwing just to give you a size of the talismans now. And when I say talismans, I mean origami or whatever they're called. You can see they're, you know, the tallest one is going to be red, and he goes probably about up to the shoulder right here. So, you know, they're not too badly sized. I think they're really perfect. Now, you know, you're going to have minor things. They show them more perfect. Like, you didn't have these little pieces here. And this is completely, you know, the silver paint job's completely around there, as well as over here. But in order to give us this, you know, you had to cut out on some things like that, which is understandable. Like I said, this was $80. And I think it was well worth it over the Bandai America version. Now, I'll show you how to put them back into the animal modes, and then we'll put them into the Megazord mode. Now that's that. And now to go back, here you go. That's all you had to do. There's the left arm. Now to show you from origami, It's the same thing. Flip out this, which is the hand, flip this down, and now you have the arm. Come over here, we'll go back to turtle real quick, come under here, flip this out, flip the head out. Now we have turtle. Now to go back to origami, just like that, flip that around. Oh, wrong side. And there's that. And you got a little kind of thumb here if you want to consider it that. Kind of works. Now, like I said, here's the origami. Flip that out. Rotate the fist. And you're set. And I always get confused because I always try to turn this side because I'm just kind of used to this being the outer side of the arm. But regardless, yeah, there's the right arm. Now next we'll do the bear. Flip this out. Now you do that, it's not going to tab in right away. So you want to get your nail under here. Flip out the legs here. Once you do that, then this can slide. That'll tab in there. Bring these out. Bring these out again. And now we have the bear back in this mode. And now just to show you again how to go straight to the leg mode from the origami mode. Very simple. Flip that over. Open up these legs. These are the back legs. Slide it up, tab it in, tab those in, flip the head completely out. So pretty much if you were going to go from animal to that, you would just fold up the legs and push the head up. That's pretty much it. And now you have a leg done. And there's a little, you can see it's kind of arced in here. And that's because I believe that he's going to be the right leg. So therefore the angle would be like that so that it could stand on an angle. And then you would have the dragon here. So there's the bear done. Come over here on dragon. Again, flip it around. Untab that, swing that up, and now you have the back portion done. Come over here, flip this up, bring out the head, and now right here, you could put it like that, but it's supposed to go down like that. It'll ratchet down there. And now once you do that, manage this any way to your liking, and there's that. And now to go back into the leg mode here, very simple. You're going to just bring this up, tab that in, then you can open this, rotate the head out, flip it the other way now, which is why it's fully articulated. And now you have the other leg done, and you can take that off, which is the Megazord helmet, and put that to the side. And now again, under here, you can see there's a little engroovement here for that angle. So now when it's the left leg, it will, I mean, it balances a little bit better than the other one, but you get the idea. And that's very cool. I love how it can just go from that to, you know, the talisman. Why do I keep saying talisman? I mean origami. Whatever. But there's the other leg. Now, here on the lion, we can bring this over. And this is a turtle, by the way. I keep calling it a penguin, so... I mean, I don't know if I did in the video so far, but I know I keep calling it that. But that's a turtle. It's supposed to be. But anyways, rotate those. Bring these out. You can bring this down completely, put that in, tab these back in, flip this up, bring out the lion head, close up the jaw, and now you want to connect them. Now the Bandai America version, they have pegs coming out of here. Now, this is a very thick peg if you want to call it that, but theirs are very, very thin. Like this right here, just thinner. And that's for the Zord Builder collection. On this, we have these squares. And now these right here, you can see there's a hexagon symbol there, and then there's a square symbol. So that tells you that the hexagon will go there, and then the square one will go right here. And they very easily tab in like so. Very nice. And these are very shiny figures as compared to the American, I guess, Samurai Megazord it was called. But very cool looking. And they have mild articulation here. Now coming up top to the Megazord, you can take the ape, the Yellow Ranger Zord, and just tab that in. Go over here, take the pink Zord, or mech, whatever they're called. Then the head is split in half. So you can pick up this back section, and then come in here, and now you have this hole in there. And that forms that part of the head. And then you have the very nice shiny helmet, which can just flip up like in the show. And this can go all the way back, but we all know that's not how it goes. You want that as straight up as you can possibly get it. And then it just comes down and sits on the Megazord's head. And now we have Shinken-Oh. completely transformed. And this thing is beautiful. Like I said, completely accurate, such nice paint job, very nice shiny metallic points on the knees here and up on the head crest, very nice looking. Now, there are some accessories that it does come with. There are these discs that the other Zords come with that they just attach to certain ports on certain Zords, and you can spin them, and that gave them their power weapon or whatever it was going to be. Now, over here we have the sword, which is very nice. In my personal opinion, way better than the Band of America version. Other than one factor, and that is this side not being detailed. Now, it's got paint here, but there's just no detailing here at all. It's just very open plastic, as to whereas this is all detailed. Now, it doesn't bother me so much, because in the Bandai of America version, this is all just a solid grade piece in the Bandai of America version. So, you can take this, and there's little engroovements. You can see a black tab there and one there, and that's why this is open, because now you can slide it into here. Now in the series, in both of them actually, the sword formed in the left side, or the left hip I should say, of the Megazord, and the sword was pointed up. Now this is the best way to get it to look, in my personal opinion, because if you have it to where the sword is pointing up, now you have no detailing on it, which just looks ugly to me. The packaging shows it like that, but I personally don't like that. You could put it on this side if you choose as well. But again, I mean, this is accurate now because now you have the detailing and the pointing up, but it's just not on the correct side. Now, I'll just slot this right in here. We'll do a little bit more of that later. But now you come over to the back side, and you can see we got a tab hole here, I guess, and then an actual tab. Now you want to take this part and just tab it right on the back here. Whoop. Why isn't this tabbing in? There we go. And then you could take the disc. I don't know what they're actually particularly called, but I'm just going to call it a disc. That's what it looks like. And you can break it off just like that. Alright, it tabs on, but it's not secure. It's not extremely secure. I mean, it is, but if you put force in it like that on a little tiny tab, of course it's going to pop off. Now we just pop that on, and then you can spin it like they do in the series. And that gives it some kind of token power. And now we have the Megazord officially complete. Now you could take the sword out and you could pop this in the hand. Now we'll not completely go in the hand there because there's no back opening for it because of the talisman, but it can, you know, completely rotate if you want. You can't have it sideways though, because it's just gonna, well, I guess you could. It's very weak though. It's not very strong. It's really more or less supposed to be like that. You can put it in this hand and this will actually completely go through. But now if you have the shield over here, which is kind of weird, and I just like this as a fun gimmick, so I'm just going to keep doing it. You spin it around, and then here's the other tab right there and right there, which now plugs into both of them. And it kind of fits along the whole Zord here. So now there's that. Pop this on again. Spin it. And that's just, I don't know. I really enjoy this. Now you take this off. Take that off. Put this over in this hand. And there's your little thumb like I showed you. Slot that in. Put the handle out. Arm up. Pop that in. Slot that in. And there you go. That's pretty much it. You got minor, like I said, minor articulation in the Megazord, like most Megazords. But the detailing on this is just phenomenal. It is absolutely just amazing looking how accurate they could get it. Slot that right in there. And if you're wondering if it's necessity to slide that in like that, it is, I believe so, because of these engroovements, so it slots in there, it just makes it a little bit easier. But just like any Zord, completely around there. These could fold up just because of transformation and because of an alt mode when it combines with the claw Zord. I don't know what it's called. I think it's, actually it's Ebi Origami. I'm pretty sure it is for the Sentai version. But same thing over here, rotate around. This can go up as well again. You can't bend it at the knees, nothing at the hips here, nothing at the head, just a little, because of, you know, how it turns the origami, you can rotate it around there. And now here we have Shinken-Oh. And again, just because he's the only one I have out at the moment, there's a Skyquake from the Prime series. So obviously, like any Megazord, they're usually pretty tall, and that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, he's a very tall Megazord, like all of them. He's really detailed. I love the gimmick. I love all the shiny paint on here. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. If you're going to pick up this Megazord, if you're one of those Megazord collectors, this is the version of this series I would pick up for Samurai or Shinkenger or whatever. I would not pick up the Bandai of America version. That thing is just destroys this whole Megazord's look here. It just doesn't look good at all. And there's such nice shiny silver paint all along here and on the legs. Very, very nice looking figure here. So, one last time, let's just redo the transformation. Take off the sword. You can take off, well, the disc if you want, and then that, and you can put that off to the side. Then we can come over here, and we can pop off the helmet, fold that up, take off this, rotate it, close up. Now I have the origami back. Over here, do the same thing. Fold this up, fold this over. Yellow's done. Come over here on green. Now for this transforming back, you have to lift up that tab, fold it under, open up these, flip this out, and completely around, slide this down, feed in, tabbed, green's done. Untab blue here. Very simply, open this up, fold the head inward, tab that, open this up. You're going to see a tab in here, and either way you want to put it is fine, but just because this is a decorative side of the dragon, I like to have the shininess of the helmet showing. So you tab that in, close that up, spin it around. Now we have blue done. Come over here on the line. The head will split. Put it in like that. Head in, bring this up, open up these legs just to get them out of your way. Fold up that, tab in the legs, spin that around, and now we have red done. And then finally, we'll just put him back into the animal modes. You take the turtle here, open up these fins, flip out the head, close it. Turtle is done. Flip that out, open this up, open the arms. Done. Come over here on the bear, flip this around, open up the legs, slide it. Well, I guess you could fully open these since we're forming the bear. Slide that, tab that in, bring that leg out, bring this leg out, open up the head, open up the jaw as much as you'd like. Over here on the dragon, oh, forgot to turn it around. Bring that up, bring this around, over here. Let me fix this a little bit. There's a dragon done. And then finally, we'll do the line. Rotate, open up these, come under here, fully fold out the feet, bring this down, tab it together. That was the back of the origami. Flip out the head, keep it open or closed, whatever way you want to. And there's that. Now we have them all back in the Zord modes. Now I absolutely recommend to pick up this set if you're a combiner collector, or you like Power Ranger Samurai, or you like Shinkenger. This is absolutely an awesome set. Now, in Toys R Us, it was $79.99, which is pretty expensive for a Megazord, in my personal opinion. But this is just one that was well worth it to me. All the detailing, how it can go into the origami, to the Zords, to the Megazords, and vice versa. All the accessories, how detailed they are. Nice silver paint, all accurate to the show in both series, Shinkenger and Power Ranger Samurai. So if you do like this set right here, for $79.99 in your Toys R Us, if you can actually find him there, you can get him. He's very, very awesome, and I would absolutely recommend to pick him up as soon as you see it. Now, he cannot combine with the American versions of the Zords, so, you know, if you do pick that up, you might have to go on eBay or other websites to find the additional Zords to combine with Shinken-Oh here, which can be even more costly than these figures, which kind of sucks. But if you're just, this is an awesome combiner, bottom line, I would absolutely tell you to go pick it up. But don't forget, guys, if you liked the video, subscribe, hit that like button, go down below, and let me know what you think of the Shinken-Oh. And once again, this is Mr. TF Prime, and I want to thank you for watching.